important things. First of all, we have our ingredients here. Let me just talk you through what goes in this. So this is a smooth chicken liver pate, basically, okay? So what we've got here is some shallots, we've got a little bit of garlic, we've got plenty of brandy or cognac there, we've got a little bit of cream, we've got some melted butter, and we've got 3 eggs. Now, what's important when we make pate is that this particular pate is that everything is around blood temperature, because what we need it to do is not split. And if when we mix it, it's cold, obviously the butter will start to solidify, and that will give us a grainy feel to the pate, and when it cooks it may well split. So the other ingredient is the chicken livers. I've got some livers here. I've prepped most of them before you got here. What I'm going to just do is just start my shallots softening down, just in a touch of butter. A touch of butter into the pan. I just want to get my shallots going. Is that all of them, did you ask? Yeah, a little bit of garlic in there as well, and we're just going to soften that up. So, just soften those down. We just want to take the harshness out of them. Soften them up. So let me just go back to prepping the chicken livers then. And here we've got the livers out of the chicken. All right, I've got most of them prepped. And all we want to do is remove any little bits of bile. What I do with these in the liver is just remove any bits that aren't so nice in there. So we're just going to remove and trim them up and get rid of any stringy bits. We are going to sieve this later, so it won't be a big issue. Trim them up. But we don't want loads wasted, Connie, when you do that, because you'll struggle to get your weight otherwise. And we're after 450 grams, okay, of the livers. All right, so that's cleaned off, ready for that. Another one here. Notice there's a little bit of bile on this one as well. Just remove any bits that you don't want in there. These livers have been soaked in milk, and we soak the livers in milk for 24 hours. And the idea of soaking the liver in milk is that it takes the harshness out of the liver and the bitterness out. So we give those a good soak, and that way the pate tastes much nicer. Just going to about 240 millilitres of cream. I'm just going to bring that to a boil. The reason we boil it is just to make it so it's not going to go off, because we're actually not going to cook this pate super hot, and we want to make sure that the cream doesn't sour on us in the mixture. So it just comes to a boil, and then that's added in later. You can see these shallots now have softened down, and to that now I'm just going to add in my brandy. It's just get rid of the strong alcohol off it, yeah, so we just lose that by just bringing it up. Okay. Terrine moulds, when I make pate, always give them a wash, even if you put them away clean. Pate is a high-risk product because we're breaking down the livers, or in the case of like a coarse pate, we're breaking down pieces of meat, so we've got that chance of bacteria going into it, yeah. So I'm just worried about that lead going up there. So when you do that, sterilise them with boiling water. Make sure they're absolutely spotless, because we're going to keep this pate for a week. We'll keep for a week, absolutely no problem. We're going to blast chill it, we're going to back pack it. Take a bite of your beard, Jim. Just bring that up to the boil, we'll wait for that. Take 2 seconds to boil this little bit of cream, but as I say, it just makes it effectively long life. I'll just bring that down a touch in a minute, because that's going to taste a little bit strong. And then we're going to start bringing it together, and this is how simple it is. It isn't difficult, alright? But we do need to make it before the session we need it for, so it's normally made 2 or 3 days in advance. And the flavour also improves for keeping a little bit. For me, about 5 days, the flavour is going to be at its prime, alright? Bring that up to the boil, almost there. Lovely. back on with this. I'll just bring it down a tiny touch for what it's worth. I'll have my cream in there. First thing, into my blender. Again, make sure it's spotlessly clean. We're dealing with a high-risk product here. In with my 450 grams of livers. All been prepped, all been trimmed. Into our blender. Next, a good bit of seasoning. So the key to this is everything at blood temperature. In with my shallots. Cream, cognac. To this liver mixture, or to the livers. Oops. Make sure I've got it all. Just turn that one around for me, that'd be great, Connie, thank you. And then I'm going to add my eggs in as well. And then this is as important as any bit that you will do. When we blend it, low speed on. What we want to do now is emulsify the butter into the mixture. So our butter now must be warm, yeah, it is. We start adding it while it's mixing. In a thin stream. You're filming that, Colin. Too quick, you won't make the emulsion. In with the last of the butter. Just in case there were any sinews left in any of the chicken livers, we're just going to quickly pass it. Alright? There shouldn't be anything. But you can see there, you see it's now a smooth emulsion, yeah? And that will set now, the proteins in that will set when it goes through the oven. So into there. We also want to remove any bits of shallot at this point, yeah? Because we don't want the shallot, we want this pate totally smooth, yeah? We've got the mix made there now. The last little stage is to check the seasoning. Not my favourite job. And when you come to make this, I will come and do it for you, alright? So we just have a little taste. Needs more salt. And a touch more pepper. So give that a quick mix up, make sure the seasoning's incorporated. And then into our terrine mould, okay? I'm going to move reasonably quick here. You can see, nice and smooth. We go, that's plenty. A little bit extra we can always make, when we get the second lot, we can always make a couple of little ramekins of it up. So once you get to that point, we're ready to go to the oven. So we've got a lid here, and what I always do is I just foil the top of it. I want my water about blood temperature again, not too hot. And we cook this in a bain-marie to protect it and give it a nice gentle cook. So, on with my foil, nice and tight. Like so. I'll come off later when we come to check out how cooked it is. On with my lid. It's nicely sealed. In we go. About 2/3 full. If you're doing it, oops, and you want to fill it nearer the oven, you're more than welcome to. I should manage to carry it across. Sometimes it's easier to fill it near the oven. And what we're looking for, remove our lid. I've already checked it once, thank you Paris. I've already removed it once, so I've removed the foil. A wobble. Yeah, just set in the middle. Alright, cook it a little bit less than that if you wanted to, but I'm going to lift that straight out of the water. The other one I left in the water because I wanted a bit more heat in there. This one I want to get straight in the chiller and keep that lovely pink colour in the centre. Alright, so that will go straight into the glass chiller. What temperature should it come down to in how long? Below 5 in 90 minutes. You're nearly there, Paris. Yeah.
Right, Lauren said the right answer.
Oh, well, that's alright. Below 5 in 90 minutes. It's good practice. I mean, you know, we can get that down as quick as we can. As a chef, what's going to happen then is it's just going to keep longer.